Hello everybody, welcome back to our weekly live stream Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition online role-playing adventures. We stream our sessions live on YouTube beginning at 9:30 p.m. Central Time every Sunday evening. You can catch up on previous episodes on my YouTube page, as well as weekly session write-ups on my blog, roguewatson.wordpress.com. I am Eric Watson, your Dungeon Master. You can follow me on Twitter at RogueWatson. I'm joined by my amazing players. Chris, playing Kalinar, the Gold Dragonborn Paladin. Hello, Chris.
Hello, Eric. How are you doing?
Still on his vacation, exciting sojourn, and yet stopping in with us for a quick D&D session. Mad respects. Heather, playing Miri, the Human Monk. Hello, Heather. Raymond playing Kethra, the half-elf rogue. Hello, Raymond.
Hello.
Reese playing Talus, the human wizard. Hello, Reese.
Mad greetings.
For our campaign, we use Roll20.net. For video sharing, we use Google Hangouts. And for broadcasting and streaming, I use Open Broadcaster software. At this point, I can recap our previous sessions, unless anybody wants to take the reins. Doing a decent enough job will earn your character a point of inspiration. Anybody want to handle recap? See, you ruined it when you had your amazing recap in the first session.
I would, but I would need to actually write it, and I'm not in a position to write anything.
Yeah. All right.
I didn't need a point of inspiration, but...
I don't need no inspiration.
Heather is muted, by the way.
Yeah, your mic's not coming through.
That'd be because I have my headphones on backwards.
Backwards headphones.
No, that's...
Okay, so while you deal with that, I'll go into the recap. Previously on Lost Mine of Phandelver. After dispatching a group of red band ruffians in the middle of town, Kalinar, Miri, Kethra, and Talus continued exploring Phandelin. They gathered information and some quests from the Lion Shield Merchant, the Miners' Exchange, Ettermath Orchard, Alderley Farm, and the Sleeping Giant Tap House. They also investigated a grisly scene at the Empty Woodworkers. Having gathered all the information on the Red Brands and Cragmaw Castle, they went to the east side of town to the imposing presence of the abandoned Trezendar Manor. The manor itself lay in ruins, but our heroes learned of a possible base of operations for the Red Brands within the cellar. They found the entrance and descended below. An exploration of the initial room yielded a small treasure trove within a cistern that looked like an emergency bug-out bag filled with potions, clothes, and gold. The noise, however, did attract a group of Red Brands that were resting in a nearby room, and a fight broke out in the tight confines around the well. Once again, the thugs were dealt with. This time, the party decided to hunker down in the nearby room filled with beds to recoup with a short rest for continuing their excursions. So we
Indeed.
begin now. You guys had just defeated, and remember that you might have to scroll down and to the right to see the see the map here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I'm getting a black screen, Eric.
yeah, it's never loading. Yeah, so be prepared for maps that are much larger than what I had created with Shadowrun. If you thought that big 2-story mansion was big, you ain't seen nothing yet. Alright, so you guys just finished a short rest of spending various amounts of hit dice to heal. Kalinar threw the bodies of the defeated thugs into the underground well in here, so...
Honestly, that was a week ago, and I don't remember why I did that last week. Was there a purpose for that?
You threw like the goblins and the bugbears in the creek or whatever that went in the cave. So
okay.
I don't know if your character thinks water is some sort of purifying force.
I don't know.
Some
throw
kind
him into
of
something.
baptism by death. You got to throw them somewhere. Yeah. I hear you. So yeah, about an hour, maybe anywhere between 30 minutes and an hour has passed, and there's been no traffic in this area.
Good thing we went into the small room.
That's right.
The other one, or else that would have bugged me.
Yes, we barricaded ourselves in the storeroom. Or like the waiting room, wherever it is. Nope.
No. Well enough to hear that.
Yeah, we can hear
Yeah.
you there. No, we really can't hear you. We're not being jackasses. Like usual.
It always has to be at least one person with issues. Hopefully it's not me, because if I have issues, the whole damn thing comes crumbling down.
So, as far as we know, there's only one other door in that main lobby, right? The one that goes
Yeah.
underneath the stairs?
Definitely nothing with those barrels that we can see.
Right.
You guys investigated the shit out of those barrels.
We know what type of wood they're made of,
Yep.
where they were made.
I think
You
that's
could-
the problem. We investigated them to no avail. Just
Oh.
staring at them for so long. But nothing.
Barrels.
But yes, the other door from the initial room is under the stairs right here.
Okay, I'm gonna walk over, but can our Miss Rogue, Hethra, can you take a look at the door and make sure we're okay to proceed?
This door?
Yeah.
What's wrong with
You know, traps, whatever. Your
Oh.
rogue abilities.
it? Okay.
Disarm traps, rogue.
I would like to investigate this door then. Or is it perception? Make sure
Sneak in or something.
So the
make
general
sure-
difference is, like, perception is if you're just kind of trying to watch for things, and investigation is if you're studying a certain thing. If that makes sense. So if there is a thing that you need to study, an object or whatever else, that's investigation. If you're just trying to search for something, that's usually perception. Unless it's like, I don't know, tracking an animal or something, then it's probably survival. But most of the cases, you're looking at perception.
Okay. I'd like to see if there's anything booby traps on this door.
Okay. You are pretty sure that door is just a door,
Alright, I open
and
it.
you don't hear anything on the other side.
I attempt to open the door.
Okay, door opens. I can do. I guess it's
The door accepts your attempts.
accepts your attempt.
You can't do that right now. Try again later.
You see what looks like it could be a hallway in front of you. You will have to actually step inside before I can give you the full description.
This is really why I wanted you in front, because I want you to stealth into
What?
places.
I would like to attempt to stealthily walk down the hall.
Okay. Let me roll a stealth check. That is a hell of a stealth check.
Stealth the heck out of that.
All right. Thick dust
door?
covers the flagstones of this somber hallway. The walls are decorated with faux columns every 10 feet, and the double doors at the west end of the hall are sheathed in copper plate, now green with age. A relief carving of a mournful angel graces the doors.
Is there a door in front of me too?
Door in front of you. No.
To the
It's
north?
just- No. No, those are the columns. If you see the...
There's something there, but I assume it's another part of the map.
Oh, that's just because when I did the first one, it revealed just like a little more of the edge, basically.
Oh, okay, I see.
That's what it.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I initially revealed just that little north. I'm trying to keep like line of sight fog of war.
Right.
So no,
We're
as
reading
far as
too
you
much
can
into
tell. Yeah.
Yes, we are.
And by the way, this place is decently lit. There are oil lamps along the wall and like sconces that look
Oh.
like they have been regularly maintained and filled. So lighting is not an issue in this area, in any of these rooms
That's
that
good
you've
to know.
been in.
I call out that the coast is clear. I approach the door.
Okie doke.
And is anything interesting about this door? Any keyholes or anything?
All right. As you approach the door, as you kind of walk over a rug, your foot takes one step, and I'm gonna need you to roll a dexterity saving throw as the entire ground gives way in front of you. I'm actually gonna step you guys back a little bit.
Not the false rug trick.
Is that the heart? Or the check?
Oh, shit.
Oh no!
You like that?
Dog forever.
Shit. Better be a good roll.
Hey,
Oh.
that was a fine roll.
That is a good dexterity roll. Holy crap.
I do have a proficiency in that.
Yeah,
Forget
so
why.
as the
Just
pit gives away beneath you, it's just utter blackness. You are so quick that you can reach out a hand and grasp the very edge of the pit, and then you get another hand, and so you are grabbing onto the edge right now. Just legs.
In front or behind?
You're still at the very eastern edge of the pit, because as soon as the pit is 10 feet by 10 feet, so you weren't able to
Oh, boy.
walk across it. You'd have to immediately when you took the step, you were falling down, and then you grabbed probably the southern end because you probably wouldn't be able to do a 180 that quick. So you kind of turned to your left near the wall. You notice there's actually narrow ledges to the north and south that are clearly designed for people to be able to kind of walk if you're kind of like humping the wall. You can kind of walk along the north or the south edge. You, however, are currently hanging from it.
Kalinar's going to grab him by the wrist. Both wrists. Pull him up. Or I guess he can only get one wrist because he's on the south side.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll a strength check.
Okie doke.
Can I at least attempt to pull myself up?
I don't think so. Okay, that's fine. You can either type it or just talk loudly in mine. Sorry. I don't know.
Oh,
Wow, yeah, you were able to reach down almost as quickly as it happened and grab Kethra by the wrist and immediately just pull her up completely to where her legs are now standing. You guys both roll insanely good checks.
thank goodness. Is this why you want me in the front?
Possibly. Lord knows I wouldn't have fared as well in a trap of this nature.
Then you would have found out what happened at the bottom.
That's right. Meanwhile, can I look down at the bottom and see what's down there? Like how deep it is, whatever?
Yeah, roll a perception check.
Oh, okay.
While he's doing that, can I take one of these sconces out of the wall?
They're kind of like fixtures. I mean,
I was going to drop one down the pit.
I mean, you can light a torch and drop one down there. 11. You can kind of just see an inky blackness down there. It doesn't. It appears to be. There's no light source down there, so it's really hard to tell how
Let me
deep
try.
it goes.
I have dark vision. Let me try.
Oh, okay.
Damn.
Kethra, you can kind of see just the shadows play off each other. You actually don't see anything down there, but you can estimate that the bottom is approximately 20 feet or so. And that would be painful to fall.
What if we grab one of those dead guys and land with them under us?
To what end?
Huh? Cushioning. They're cushioning.
Well, why do we want to go down there?
From what you can tell, there was absolutely nothing down there. Not like any bodies or anything of note. Just looked like pure, just dirt ground.
Just a hole.
Yep.
Yeah. We could throw the bodies in there just for fun, but
If we
Fighting
can get a light source down
bodies?
there, we could probably see more. How about if we light a body on fire and then throw it down there?
That's fine. We can
I
do
mean,
that.
torches, right?
I don't want to waste a torch.
How much could a torch cost?
I don't know. I'm saving up, okay?
I'm building an effigy.
I don't have a torch anyway.
Sorry.
Alright, I don't understand the fascination with this pit, but I'll
It's all.
take a torch and throw it down there.
Oh, or we could just light a barrel.
Yeah, whatever. I threw a torch down there.
All
right. Yeah, you throw a torch down there. You can see as it lights its way down, down, down. You can count the seconds it falls. I'm assuming your character is educated enough to determine that it is in fact about 20 feet deep. And sure enough, the torch just kind of lands and still kind of flickers down there. And it appears to be just a dirt floor. It doesn't appear to be any. There's no spikes. There's no bodies. Doesn't appear to be anything of actual note down there. But you would know that falling from that distance would be painful.
I have rope.
Ask if they are satisfied.
We are satisfied.
Yes.
There's nothing else out there.
These foul ruffians and their devious traps. They'll pay for this affront.
Of course.
For some
The
reason.
pit acknowledges you with a cool indifference.
You'll pay for this? So how wide are the north and south ledges?
Wide enough where you could attempt to skirt along them. This would be a dexterity acrobatics check for everybody that would want to cross these ledges.
All right.
Is there anything on the other side to like hook a rope around? I have rope.
From what you can see, there doesn't appear to be anything around there. You could try and hook it onto maybe the wall sconce, but you don't know how strong they are.
I tell you what. I'll go first. I'll wrap a piece of rope around my waist. I'll go first, and you three hold it. And then when I'm across, I'll be the anchor for everybody else. I'll hold the rope on that end, and everybody else can cross with that same rope. Sound good? I only suggest we do it this way because I imagine it'll take all three of you to hold me up if that's an issue.
How heavy are you?
Heavy. I don't know. It's written down somewhere.
I assume he's wearing heavy armor too, so
That's true. Yes.
he's probably the heaviest one.
Before we do this, can I use my mage hand to open up the door across the pit?
Mm.
Good idea.
Yes, you can attempt to do these things.
All right. Try your magic, mage.
Mage hand. All right, so your. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, open up.
Hand floats
Without any fanfare.
forward without any fanfare. Yeah, just quietly floats across the pit. Opens the handles with the mournful angel on the door. And you can see inside. I'm generally just going to give you kind of what you would be able to see from y'all's position. And what looks like a pretty dusty old crypt. And you can see the actual, about half of a sarcophagus in there.
Okay. Well, well, as far as we know, the door's not booby-trapped or anything, so...
No, nothing happened when the door swung right open, and you can see what looks like a crypt inside, and there's at least one sarcophagus right here.
Okay. Shall we continue with our plan?
Yes, always best to get as much information as possible.
Exactly. And I can actually, on the other side, I can actually tie the rope to the door itself for a little, just in case my strength fails me. Okay, so I'm going to take a rope.
Yep.
And tie it around my waist. And hand it to the other three.
What is the length of
Make
this
my way
rope? Do we know?
across. I don't
My
know.
rope?
Yes.
I think it's 50 feet.
50
50
feet?
feet.
Okay. Plenty of rope to cross the 10-foot pit.
Okay.
Alright, roll a acrobatics check.
Okie doke. This might go very badly very quickly, so everybody be prepared.
Yeah.
Gotta pull up my actual character sheet. Acrobatics.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so you make it about halfway on the pit. Suddenly your your foot doesn't find a foothold, and you end up swaying backwards onto the pit and actually falling downwards as your claws scramble at the wall in front of you. Everybody else gets definitely shoved forward as they try to hold on to your weight. I'm going to make the three rest of you roll a strength check, and I need at least two of you to roll a 10 or higher.
Is that a ability check?
That is just a straight
should be-
strength.
Is it the check mark one? This one?
I think it is.
Yes. Yeah, just a straight strength check.
Oh,
Is it
boy.
the heart button?
No,
Not the
No.
heart button, the check mark.
It's a check.
Oh, I thought that was something
The
Heart
heart is
button.
the...
Oh, damn it, guys.
else.
Heather did great, and then the other two you just whiffed.
Wow!
I would like
That's terrible.
to use a point of inspiration to
To do what?
I don't know, muster up some extra strength.
But
It only gives you
won't help
advantage.
Oh. Okay, never mind.
Oh, wait.
I used it.
Can I give my point of inspiration to Talus to give him the advantage so we both get over 10?
I can allow it if you guys roleplay the situation pretty well. So right now, the situation is... Kalinar is falling into the pit. You guys are having to grab onto the rope and not only keep him from falling in, but keep him from dragging you guys basically down to the bottom. I'll let you guys roleplay in what order you guys are like holding the rope and how this is going down.
I'm too tired from rescuing myself from the pit.
That's not a good. That's not a good start.
Heather just lets go and steps away. Like, fuck this.
Yeah, Talus grunts, straining against the rope, seeing that his
Shit, he's
mage
heavy.
strength, his years of study have not prepared him for something like this. Sliding forward, he hopes that something else other than him can save the day.
He's too heavy.
Yeah. Miri's screaming out prayers to Saloon, trying to find the strength in her fellow friends to help bring this damn dragon up.
This damn dragon. I like that. Damn, this heavy ass dragon.
Yeah, but he is really heavy.
Yeah, you guys are really straining pretty badly. All right, yeah, you can use a point. Miri can use a point of inspiration for Talus to use inspiration. So with that, you guys are just barely able to hang on to the rope and basically pull Kalinar back up to your side. And Kalinar, you are kind of possibly a little shaken up by these events, unless you've ever been left dangling from a rope before into a pit.
New plan. You three go first. I'll go last. That way, I didn't think this through entirely the first time. That way, when you three go across, you can tie the rope to the door on that side. That way, if I fall, none of you have to worry about holding me.
What if we fall, though?
Well, I'll be holding it from this side, from the starting side.
What if
I'm
we
just,
fail at
I'm,
your strength check?
well, then,
If your heavy warrior fails a strength check, yeah, you've got problems.
yeah. I'll just lay down and my heavy armor will just be its anchor. That's what I'll do.
Just lays down on the floor.
Kethler says, Dragonborn, you're clearly not cut out for this. and she attempts to walk over instead.
Okay. Did you tie the rope around yourself? Tie the rope around your waist.
Shit.
Safety first. Kelner does not let her step out onto that ledge without doing that first.
Yeah. All right, well, the same thing happened. You were halfway across it, and then you also missed the foothold.
Inspiration.
Yeah, okay.
Inspiration.
You got the inspiration. Burning all the inspiration on the pit. I love it.
We're foiled by a 20-foot pit.
All right, so you suddenly, as you were halfway falling, you feel inspired to grab on to like a magical handle on the wall, pull yourself up, and half jump, half flail to the other side, and just lay sprawled out there. And you just suddenly hear something in the world say, "Ta-da!"
Oh, that's what I get for showing off. There goes my hard-earned inspiration. Alright. I will tie the rope to the door.
The door appears quite sturdy.
How sturdy does the door look that we just came through? Like this one right here.
It's a wooden door. It looks like it's braced against the... I mean, it looks like it's held up over the years.
Because wouldn't it be a good idea to like tie the other end of the rope to this door and then just shimmy across the rope?
Ooh. So it's like a tightrope, but you can...
Just like army crawl across it.
Right.
If we tie both ends to the southern end of the east door and to that other door on the east side, if the rope's tight enough, it'll be like a, what do you call it, like a handhold along the south side of the
Yeah,
pit.
that's what I was picturing, yeah.
That way you won't really have to use acrobatics to get across because you'll have your handheld. Shimmy.
That's a good idea, Miri. You can earn a point of inspiration for that. That's actually a good method of crossing the pit. Alright, so...
I have no microphone, but I have good ideas.
Alright, so you guys tie the rope to the south end. You kind of feel both ends. I assume you're communicating with Kether on the other end, making sure it's fairly taut. What is that? 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 35, 40... Yeah, I don't know.
When we leave,
so.
we can cut it or something.
Currently delete the rope from your inventory because it's currently spanned across. In fact, I wonder if I have a rope thing I can use.
We'll buy you a new rope in town.
We'll buy you a new rope.
The townsfolk will be so glad to have the Red Brands dead that they'll give you rope.
Better.
All the rope your heart desires.
Oh, all this rope is just...
You'd rather have rope than gold? Yeah, I don't know. If you like 200 feet of it,
Yeah,
whatever.
here's a whole bunch of rope.
Take the entire supply of rope.
That's a terrible graphic.
We
That's not a PNG. There you go.
Nice.
A burgundy rope. Yep, that's also not gonna work. Alright, yep. There's your rope. Alright, so using the rope, you guys actually won't even have to roll, because that becomes a fairly easy task now. Not a super easy one, but if you slip and fall, you can brace yourselves against the
Hold
tight
on.
rope enough. Yeah, and going slowly and one at a time, it feels like it can support all of your weight, although Cal and I are still pretty nervous going across.
I don't like this pit.
Yeah.
I'd like to fill this pit with the bodies of our enemies. So
He has
that
a thing
we
with
can
moving
cross
bodies
easy.
from one location to another. It's like his hidden character goal. His character's bad. Alright, so guys, for surviving the pit trap, you gain 100 XP divided amongst you, which is 25 XP apiece for defeating Pit.
548 to slowpokes.
That was a
Thank
lot of
you.
work.
548.
We burned 2 points of inspiration and 50 feet of rope.
It
It
was
my
worth it.
inspiration back.
Nobody died or got hurt though.
Just my pride.
Your pride.
Well-
you didn't fall in the pit.
You avoided the initial disaster, which was you
That's
falling down with finding it.
My pride has been hurt twice in regards to climbing things now.
Just wait till you fail a strength check.
All right, can you scout for us again?
I suppose I will stealthily walk forward.
Use inspiration.
I don't have any more.
Go ahead and roll a stealth check.
I did.
Already did.
Ah, sorry. There's so many checks right here. Once again, you rolled a really nice stealth check. 3 large stone sarcophagi stand within this dusty crypt, and propped up against each sarcophagus is a human skeleton clad in bits of rusty mail. False columns along the walls are carved in the image of spreading oak trees. The double doors in the southeast corner are sheathed in tarnished copper plate, although you guys just opened those doors, so maybe they meant... No, those are southeast. Okay, and you guys see a door to the northwest and a door to the northeast.
Okay.
Guys, these
Door
skeletons
here.
look suspicious.
Door here. 3 sarcophagi. Each one has a skeleton propped up against it.
Propped up against it?
Yes. Propped up against
Like
each
they're sitting?
sarcophagus.
Are they sitting down?
They
I've heard
appear to
enough
be
stories.
like as if they were standing in attention, kind of guarding over each sarcophagus.
Okay. Kalinar sees these.
Pretty sure they're gonna come to life, guys.
Sorry, I keep hitting the reload page button. Damn you, iPad. Kalinar sees these skeletons and doesn't like the look of them, and he's going to cast. What is it called?
Cone of fire.
That's right. Just set the room on fire. Divine Sense.
Can't y'all just smash these before?
There we go.
Senses any celestial being or undead within 60 feet that is not behind total cover. Presence meet place or objects constantly desecrated. Uses charisma modifier +1. Okay. You sense that there is definitely some kind of necromantic work with these skeletons. They are sending up red flags of undead presence. What is it? Senses any celestial, fiend, or undead. And that appears to be the only thing sending off your divine sense is in this immediate room. Within 60 feet.
Who's got the longest weapon? Smash him.
I have a quarterstaff of skeleton smashing, if that helps.
I only have a short sword.
Oh, we lost Chris.
I
no.
sure did.
The divine sense was so great, he passed out on the floor.
We could see his picture, actually. His video.
Yeah. Couldn't hear him at all, though. Wonder if he was trying to talk.
Oh, maybe. I wonder if this will be like last time where we have to join his thing.
Oh, right.
Back.
I'm back. What did I miss?
So
Skeleton.
you definitely sent some undead necromancy shenanigans with these skeletons.
Okay.
All 3 of them in this room, and you don't sense anything else within 60 feet of your divine sense that would send off any red flags. But alarms are warning you of these 3 skeletons.
Kalinar wastes 0 time and just hisses undead and pulls his greatsword and just lays it into the nearest skeleton.
Oh, no.
Go ahead and roll your. I'll let you go ahead and roll an attack. Oops. Yeah, roll your weapon attack. Assume you're.
Okay.
You'll need to. Which one are you actually doing this at? You need to be within.
Greatsword.
No, which skeleton
right.
figure?
The nearest one. The nearest one.
So this one.
Yes.
All right, I'll have you step here.
Okay.
15. I think that is gonna.
Well,
Crush
he's not
this.
moving anyway, so I should have advantage, right?
Well,
He's immobile.
as soon as you reach it to your weapon, all three of them begin to animate.
Oh.
And this
okay.
one attempts to raise its weapon to defend itself, but I believe a 15 will hit. Give me a second. So ignore the little icons now. They are now skeletons. And 11 damage. Will cleave most of its arm that's not holding its weapon, and a good chunk of its shoulder right off. The skeleton looks like it is completely reeling from the blow, and I'll have it roll for massive damage.
Wow.
Which is
Paladins don't take kindly to undead.
Do not. So he failed that. So now he rolls, I believe, a 1d10. And remember, all these house rules are in the handout section that you can see. He rolled an 8. Which means he can't take reactions at the end of its next turn. Okay.
That's probably worthless.
Probably. Alright, so now at this point I will need everyone to roll initiative. Make sure to select your character. So that was essentially you getting off a surprise round. Because
Okay,
you didn't
yeah.
waste any time, you rushed in there and attacked immediately. Good job, skeletons. Man, I'm telling you, just me and the initiative just don't get along at all. Let's see, we're missing somebody.
Callan.
I have to load my character sheet.
Alright,
Looking at the character sheet is a process on the iPad.
process. Alright, so Miri, you get to go first. And now all these animated skeletons, I'll go ahead and delete these, are real skeletons that appear intent on hurting you.
Not hurting me.
Maybe.
There. That probably didn't do anything.
A 9 is going to slash into its tattered rags, not seem to have any effect on its body.
How about a 15?
15! Your punch, however, crunches bone to the tune of 4 damage.
Orcus knows something.
Yeah, it's. I don't think he has a nose, but crunches a good chunk of his jaw. His bone just splinters off as he gets punched in the face. All unarmed strikes from Miri come in the face. Talus!
I'm going to cast Minor Illusion.
Do those work on undead?
You know what? I don't know. I did not think about that. Just says creature has to make an intelligence check. I don't see anything about undead in front of me.
Okay. I assume it will affect him then.
Ah, that's how I misspelled it. Whoops. I'm gonna cast it right here.
Okay.
Oh no.
Illusion of
Another one
Kalinar
me.
crouching in a threatening manner. Oh boy. So basically you perceive a threat right there.
Right.
So it needs to make an intelligence investigation check against the spell save DC.
Yeah, they have to use a action for it.
Oh. If a creature uses its action to examine the sound or image. Okay. Gotcha. Kalinar.
Kalinar wasn't thinking. He was so in the moment. But he thinks, and he's not positive about this, the DM will have to clarify, that his maul will be more effective against the skeletons. Because blunt force trauma should be more effective than slashing trauma. So he's going to drop his greatsword and pull out his maul
Okay.
and swing it at the nearest skeleton.
Which is the same one, I assume?
Yes.
Oh, merciful heavens.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if it's better.
A critical hit for
slashing or
20
not.
total damage. Holy balls. Yeah, you pull out the Great Maul and just smash into it with full force. It crunches against the sarcophagus and just explodes in a shower of bones. Just
I like
flying everywhere. Cathra. Oh dear. Just
Eric's muted.
hello. Everything crashed for a second. What happened? I lost just enough internet to lose roll 20.
No, no.
Oh, awesome.
Apparently, I'm not sure. Sure what happened.
I think it would.
Maybe not as much as other types, but I think it would have some effect. They may have resistance to it, so they may take half damage. I don't
I
know.
don't know.
What's the question?
Will his rapier do anything against skeletons?
You guys. Well, remember you can roll. What was a house roll for that? Remember, there was a way you could roll to figure out information about enemies.
Right. I don't remember what it is. History? I don't know.
Whatever. I'm gonna
Yeah.
step forward.
Gain knowledge. Skill check varies. Survival, or history, or arcana, or investigate. In items would be investigation. Most creatures would be either survival, history, or arcana, depending on their nature.
I'm just gonna go for it. I'm gonna take 5 feet forward and do a sneak attack with my rapier on this guy in front of Miri.
Okay, since he's currently battling Miri.
That's pretty solid.
21 is going to hit home for 10 plus 14 damage. That rapier will somehow find a vital part of that skeleton as you slash into its very essence. And it just quietly crumbles to the ground and appears all the life just seeps out of it.
I like to think she dug the rapier into like some critical joint of the skeleton's body and just turned it and just shattered the joint.
The skeleton's turn. Only one skeleton remains, and it will not even try to discern if this is an illusion. Since it's a skeleton, it will just go ahead and attempt to attack this illusion. And I will... You know what? I'll have it roll, and if it manages to get the attack, then it'll know that it swings through the illusion.
Okay.
Oh, I gotta restart that, don't I? Since my whole thing crashed.
The streaming?
The character sheet.
Oh.
By the way, I created a separate tab for completed quests versus active quests.
Oh. Okay.
That'll help keep things a little more organized, hopefully.
That's that'd be helpful.
17. Would a 17 normally hit you, Kalinar?
Oh yes.
I'm sure. Oh, let me check.
Probably does.
17. My armor class is 16. So close.
That is close.
Alright, so its sword attack, it viciously strikes out with a sword, and the sword just passes through this illusion. And at that point, the illusion is still there, but it's kind of like, you know, fading in and out a little bit, and the skeleton appears to, like, reel back, and skeletons don't really look confused, but it looks a bit perturbed as it turns its attention back to you guys at the end of the hall.
Does
Miri...
the dog like cock its head to the side thing?
Yeah, the skeleton equivalent of that, basically. Miri, it is your turn again. A 19 will definitely hit this guy with a sword for 9 damage. That's a one-hit knockout.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
you run right through the illusion. It shimmers in front of you, but obviously doesn't affect you. You run through and do a leaping attack with the sword, smashing it into its front face. Running through the illusion. The illusion actually does stab him, but it was actually just you leaping out of the illusion, essentially. And you do stab that dude, and it crumples to the ground. That appears to be the end of the skeletons. Skeletons are not too difficult, by the way. They are basically goblins with slightly more health.
I think I remember them being more difficult before.
Yeah.
I remember them being harder to hit before.
Yeah, I mean that's a big improvement for 5e. I think is like you guys have way more pluses to hit, and armor class is a bit less ridiculous.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You guys get 150 XP divided by 4. Skeletons are 50 apiece.
$37.5.
So 37.
Always
We
round down,
yeah.
so 37.
Okay.
Always round down with everything in D&D. 37
Okay.
XP.
585. I'd like to search this sarcophagi for treasure.
What was our
that
total?
just comes natural to your character.
585.
585.
Okay.
Time to go grave robbing.
I don't know how comfortable I am with this.
It's too late, I already opened this one.
The sarcophagus slides open and just a bunch of dust comes out. Inside you see what looks like just old moldering bones and scraps of clothing. Upon closer inspection, you see kind of near about the halfway point in the sarcophagi, attached to a bony finger is a platinum signet ring that looks quite valuable.
I take it.
Kalinar
I'm
isn't
not trying to hide
alright with it. You're daring us to. Kalinar says, "These red brands may be evil, but the people who own this home and whose tomb this belongs to were not, as far as we know. Stealing from them is simply stealing from the dead.
Oh, fine. I put it back, but I use my sleight of hand to try to pocket it.
All right, as you put it back, Kalinar looks mollified and nods, and right when he turns away, you quickly reach out, snatch it, and pocket it back in your hand. And
and then I close the sarcophagus.
Done.
Raymond, you can earn a point of inspiration for that little sleight of hand robbery.
Alright, what did I put in my inventory? Platinum signet ring?
Platinum signet ring, yeah. And I think I have you guys trying to identify them yourselves in terms of value.
Yeah.
I will save that for later.
So just, yeah, put it as platinum signet ring and remind me what it is. Or to try to value it.
Good thing that first one had something. These guys won't let me open up anymore.
Alright.
This is not the normal human ruffianism that I was expecting from this dungeon. This is foul magic. Whoever this, what was his name? Flagstaff? Not Flagstaff.
Glassstaff.
Glassstaff. Whoever this Glassstaff is, assuming he's responsible, and I see no reason to believe otherwise, he will face the worst punishment imaginable
Being thrown into a water reservoir.
for practicing dark magics.
Are there 2 doors here?
Yes, there are 2 doors.
Right? Or
They appear to be just pretty plain doors. Doesn't appear to have any locks on either of them.
So go right first.
I agree.
Okay.
Alright.
Never get to Sylvan.
Any keyholes?
No, there's no keyholes in any of these. You can always try and listen. With a perception check.
Alright, I'm gonna try to listen through this door that I'm closest to.
16. You basically tell everybody to quiet down. You try to listen close to the door. You think you might hear some random movement sounds, but you're not sure if it was just like the creaking of general like oldness of a building, or if there was something on the other side. So you just the faintest sense, but you're not quite sure.
Tell us, how many illusions can you make in a short period of time?
I can hold one illusion at a time.
Can you make one on the other side of this door?
I think I'd have to see where it is.
He's not Nightcrawler. He can't do something where he can't see.
Even Nightcrawler has to like see where he's going.
That's true.
It's very dangerous if he ports where he can't know where he's going to port.
Alright, I tell the guys. I can't tell if there's something on the other side of the door or not.
Oh, by the way, I sheathed my maul and picked my greatsword back up.
Oh,
I
yeah.
did drop it earlier.
Oh, yeah. That's fine.
Okay, so I've just got my greatsword drawn. I just tell him just.
That would be hilariously dickish DM me if you suddenly tried to wield that great sword. I was like, nah, you dropped it back in the
You
crypts.
Can I
Slaying
stealthily,
amongst the skeletons.
Yeah,
stealthily open this door?
you can stealthily open the door.
I mean, I guess it doesn't say anything that I can't do it. without sight, but I would assume I need sight.
Yeah, I think you need to have some kind of line of sight.
I mean, you'd end up like casting it into like a table or a wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should immediately break the illusion. Okay, so you're opening the door, or are you just literally opening it from there?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Let's see
I
here.
got a 14.
Give me 1 second. Alright, what are all of your passive perception scores?
Like 12.
11.
13.
It's at the top, kind of middle of your character sheet, like a blue highlight.
This. Oh, 12.
Okay.
I've got the worst.
Surprised.
Kethra, you open the door and see nothing in front of you. You see actually just a pile of clothes right there. And I guess you can kind of see, let's see. Polygon view. You can kind of see what looks like jail cells to the north and south.
I stealthily walk in.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, it's getting worse and worse.
Deteriorating.
That was a critical one.
This
Yes,
long
it was.
this long room is partitioned into 3 areas with iron bars walling off the north and south. Filthy straw lines the floors of those cells, the hinged doors of which are secured by chains and padlocks. A pair of disheveled human women are held in the cell to the south, while a human boy is confined to the north. All are dressed in plain gray tunics and have iron collars fitted around their necks. A heap of discarded clothing is piled carelessly across the far wall. As you walk in the door, immediately the pair of red brands on the north and south
Shit.
go to attack, and they rolled a pretty good stealth score that beat all of your passive perceptions. And even if you had rolled a good stealth check, like, you still opened the door and walked in. Like, it's pretty hard to stealthily walk in when they're on either side.
I mean, yeah, they were ready for us.
Yeah, because they heard you guys fighting in the previous room, which is something that which, by the way, what happened basically in the last session. You guys had spent a long time exploring and looking at barrels and looking at the water. So the
Right.
other guys eventually moved into here. So these dungeons are very much alive and
Yeah.
active, and other parties can respond to what happens in one room. So everyone needs to roll initiative, and these two are going to be going first. Although, I guess technically Mira might end up with a better initiative, so... Miri, sorry.
Nope.
Well, we'll see. I usually shit the bed with initiative.
I got a critical. Critical initiative.
Oh, actually, yeah, you got a good one. I finally rolled a decent one.
Good enough to beat one of us.
Yep.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
one who's not supposed to be surprised.
Right, so on the surprise round, it's just going to be the red brands and Miri. Let me start the...
Yeah, 'cause I can't be
Miri?
surprised.
Because she cannot be surprised.
Can't be
It's her
surprised.
perk.
So it's been a very good talent.
That's really useful, yeah. Alright, so North Red Brand will attempt to stand. Now,
Oh,
I don't
dear.
think I let the NPCs actually have flanking bonuses.
That's good.
I think that's well. Let me read what I put in the thing. I don't actually remember. Okay, yeah. It specifically it says does not apply to NPCs, though some have similar built-in abilities. So,
That's
like, I think
some of
the wolves and some like other creatures can have abilities like that.
Yeah.
All right, so Red Brand to the north will attempt to stabby. Oh,
Shit.
merciful
And
heavens.
he will do it.
So 22 attack will probably hit for 8 damage. That was max damage I just rolled.
Please don't roll that again.
Southern Red Brand. Yeah, so you walk in, you just get like jumped by these two on either side. Oh!
Holy fuck!
Another hit and another max damage. Holy crap. So you walk in and they just leap at you, just swords flying everywhere, and it's just blood and awfulness as you are trapped in this horrendous situation.
Oh.
Miri, you get to go.
Can Mary just shake her head and go, nope?
So the problem right now is that anybody outside of the room can't really see them. They're pretty much in total cover now because the way the...
Well, no, we just see Kethra getting...
Right, you can see Kethra clearly getting stabbed and attacked from there. But,
Bully.
yeah.
Alright. Assuming Kethra's pretty still standing on her feet, so it would be hard to get past her. So I still have to just stay adjacent to them, right?
Right.
Okay.
And they can't really threaten you from across that door anyway. But yeah, so if you move through them, as long as you stay adjacent...
Yeah, which I did.
Okay.
Close quarters combat. This is where I'm Viking.
Start with this guy up here.
Okay.
That does.
Oh boy! Wow, all these giant
Nice.
attacks. Yeah.
Moving quick now.
So that sword will definitely dart in and stab him right in the side. He takes 9 points of damage. That is not quite half, but he looks pretty damn bloodied. He's clutching his side now, the wound.
Let me go ahead and spend a key point so I can do 2 unarmed strikes.
Okay. On the same one.
Yeah. Because just in case one fails, I'll have a chance.
Okay.
Like that.
7's not gonna do it.
How about 13?
13 would not do it.
25?
Oh, damn.
But a 25 would. Okay, so this is another situation where you actually critically hit the unarmed strike, which we don't have that
Oh, shit.
set up. But click on that
Wait, how'd you
dice
get
symbol. So you're spending a point of inspiration to use, yeah, and then you basically crit the second time. And then roll a 1d4. So you do 8 damage. Which, yeah, you do a pretty big, like, just smash in the face. It looks like his nose just broke. It's all, like, bruised and just blood squirting out. He looks completely disoriented and bloody, although he is still on his feet, but he looks extremely wounded and, like, wobbly. So that was our surprise round. So now we start with Kethra.
But bloodied from the surprise attack. Just thrusts her sword, sneak attack at the Northman guy.
Okay. I'll let you roleplay this, but that will absolutely eliminate this guy. 20 and 11 damage.
That's it. Just reeling from the attacks from both sides. She just blindly stabs it with the Northern guy and uses her bonus action to disengage and jump back through the door.
Okay.
And falls to the ground.
Yeah. Fairly tired. Talus.
Oh man.
So now you basically just see, from your point of view, Kethra just stumbles backwards, just incredibly injured, and just falls onto the ground.
I went in there and ran
Well, Miria ran in there, yeah. And you hear General, like,
She Kethra
battle.
grunts. It says, "There's still one guy south of the door."
Nice.
I said, "There's still one guy south of the door."
Yeah. You're not dead, right? You're fine. Alright. Talus. We'll hook up here. I guess he's not able to see the dude.
Not from there. He'd have to be inside the room. That guy's still kind of tucked in his spot.
Can you use like the reflection from my sword?
Not quite. That'd be pretty tricky. You can obviously tell there's somebody there because Miri's like battling with somebody, but it's like just out of your line of sight. If you wanted to step up to here, you could probably see enough of him to affect him in some way.
Where can I stand to flank him? Is that possible?
No, you have to be on opposite. Two of you would have to be on opposite sides of him, and he's covered on two sides.
If I step in the room, I couldn't move past him.
Once
Like
you
if I
step
wanted to
into
get here.
once you step onto this square,
Then
and if
get
you
a
try to step away from that square, then you would provoke an attack of opportunity. He'd be able to use his reaction.
Okay. I'll step here and cast Firebolt at him.
Okay.
I rolled
You
so poorly
can't
on
hit
those rolls.
nothing with firebolts. That's the real illusion. Firebolt goes sailing into the jail cell, thankfully hits the bar instead of either of the women inside, and harmlessly dissipates. Kalinar.
After so much ado.
I have to think about this. First thing, Kalinar, and I assume I can do this as a bonus action or like moving action or whatever. Kalinar is going to pull the potion of healing out of his pack that he's got, and as he's walking by Kethra, he's going to shove it into her hands and say, "Drink, Kethra. The fight's not over." And then,
If you want to just
I
give
assume
it to her, then
yeah,
okay, yeah, that's fine.
yeah, I'm giving it to her and saying that as I walk past. Yeah.
Okay.
And he will step past. I tried to like shove past Talus. How does the door work?
That's yeah. I'm generally letting you guys be in this unless there's something weird going on. I will generally let you guys get past. You won't be able to occupy the same space. You can generally get past each other.
Past each other. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he'll move past Talus and swing his greatsword. If he can get there. There we go.
17 will connect as the greatsword comes down in an arc. The
So-
Red Brand tries to bring his. Go ahead.
Are either one of those rolls in the damage a 1?
Oh.
Or 2?
Why's my mouse doing this
your
again?
damage. What's the critical one?
I can't, because on the iPad I can't look at what the actual roll
Yes.
was.
The first one was a 1. The second one was a 3. For a total of 8 damage because
Okay.
you had a +4.
I get to re-roll that first one.
Okay, so roll a 1d6.
It's a D8?
D6.
D6, that's right. Okay.
And we'll have to do some Matharuski.
Same thing. So it doesn't
What
matter.
happens if you roll a 1 again? Oh, it just stops? Okay.
Same thing. You keep,
All right.
You keep whatever the new roll is.
Okay, so you do
So
8
damage.
8 damage, which is half his health. And he horribly fails his Constitution saving throw. Oh, mouse, stop it. D10 rolls an 8, so he cannot actually take reactions until the end of his next turn right now. because you slashed him so mightily with the great sword. It is, in fact, his turn next, and he won't actually be able to do much. He looks quite worried at this point, but his back's against the cell, and he will attempt to fight. He slashes out at the new threat now, the one that just took a chunk out of his shoulder. For a 12 is probably not going to do it for you. I think we said yours
No,
was a
you said it was
16 armor class.
16.
Yeah. Plinks
Me?
harmlessly on your plate mail, yeah.
Yeah.
And Miri. Short sword swings in front, but meets nothing. And the punch does the same. He also manages to dodge the punch, even though his attention was on the Dragonborn. But as you moved, he kind of was able to turn and dodge both attacks, even though he is completely surrounded now. So Kethra, it is your turn. You are holding a potion of healing that Kalinar handed you,
Alright, I'm going to drink it.
which let's see how much. I think it's. Hang on, let me look it up real quick. I want to say it's a 2d6, but let me look it up.
Ew.
2d4 plus 2 is what you need to roll. That's how many
So-
it heals
No,
you.
it's 2d4 plus 2.
Let's, yeah, roll
Can
2d4.
you guys not hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
can. Can you hear us?
Can you hear me?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
yeah.
Alright, I'm not sure if I'm going to do this formula correctly, so I'm just going to roll
Yes.
2d4.
Yes, I can hear you guys.
Plus 2.
He's behind.
He's on a lag.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Desynced a bit.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Oh, no.
so
I'm not
normally
gonna
you can
do
literally
that.
just
I'm
roll a 2d4 and then just literally
I'll
put
do
plus 2
that.
afterwards and it'll do it.
Well, I wasn't sure how well it worked.
That's fine. That's actually pretty good. I mean, a 2 and a 3 on 2 4s, that's
Oh, that's true.
7 health. Best you're going to get is 10, right?
8. Oh, yeah, plus 2.
Yeah. So,
I'll take it.
yeah, absolutely. Now does that count? I don't. Does that count as an action to actually drink a potion? It might just be. Let's see.
My book is too far away to reach.
Yeah. Actions in combat. You can normally interact with an object while doing something else, such as when you draw a sword as part of an attack. When an object requires your action for its use, you take the use an object action. I don't think drinking a potion actually counts as a full action, though. I think they let you do that. So that's what I'm going to roll for now.
Okay. Then I will squeeze by all these guys. And
Squeezing, wow. Right back in the thick of things.
in a rage, I do a sneak attack with my rapier.
What I should probably do is have that count as double movement to get through a space with somebody else. That'll probably be a rule I will do next time.
Yeah.
Oh, that still counts as 25, right?
If you use inspiration.
No, the feat that I want.
What? Huh?
Yeah, it does.
Oh, we lost Chris. What are you asking?
You can
Oh,
do it
to walk
25
through
to
Talus
30
and
seconds.
Kalinar, that counts as 10 each.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. I mean, I won't normally it wouldn't be in effect this time. I'm never gonna like come up with a rule and enforce it in the middle of a session. I'll always have it. I'll let you guys know at the beginning of a session, and then we'll go from there.
What's the new rule?
Starting next session, the new rule will be when you cross a space with an ally in it, it takes twice your movement because you're like
Oh, okay.
shoving them out of the way without injuring them.
And
Gotcha.
so enraged by her can I keep going?
Yes, absolutely.
So enraged by her surprise attack earlier, uses an inspiration point to use that 25.
Yeah, to turn that into a crit. Which is 9 plus 4 from the crit is absolutely going to do this guy in.
13 damage.
As you
As
come
that guy
out of
survives.
nowhere, roll in and stab him.
Kethra yells out, "What you get?"
That's good. That's
Callahan looks over disapprovingly at this battle cry.
Kethra's catchphrase from now on.
yeah. A quick bit like that, you can be an action hero. You guys get 200 XP. These guys are 100 each, divided by 4.
50. Brings us to
50 XP
635.
apiece. 635 is your new XP.
Huzzah.
And before we deal with the people in the prison, why don't we take a quick break since it is about that time. And we will return to our dungeoning in a few minutes.
Cool.
Alright.
I don't have like a god or anything to yell out to.
You can get one.
The shadow.
For the Horde!
Exactly.
I've got nothing to set this phone on. So I'm just going to turn the video off. guys can look at that massive cigar from almost a decade ago.
Yeah, that was quite a long time ago.
That's an old picture. I haven't rocked just the mustache in at least 6 years.
Did Eric freeze?
I don't know.
I think so. He's not blinking.
Oh, I don't even see him. All I see is his like icon. Also a picture from a long time ago.
Alright, I think we're coming back, just waiting on Heather restarting your computer, seeing if we can get the mic working.
Ah,
Hopefully your picture is frozen.
the mic.
So we're not back until that.
We're back right now if you guys want to start.
Oh, that's fine. I was just wondering.
Yeah, if you guys want to start moving forward, that's perfectly fine. So, as I mentioned, there are 2 women and 1 young boy. All of them in plain gray tunics with iron collars around their necks behind what look like cells. And there's a heap of clothing that look like at least a good maybe dozen like people's worth of clothing just strewn about in a heap right here in the middle.
Is there an actual skeleton in that cage?
That's just a little flavoring I put in there. So.
Yeah. I mean, are they like in a cell next to a deceased skeleton? I guess?
No, it's just looks like I don't know.
Horrible
Just
people use.
a horrible, yeah, just a bad looking cell conditions. In retrospect, I shouldn't have used the skeleton icon when I just had skeletons come alive and attacked you guys.
No, trust the skeleton.
Yeah, perfectly understandable.
Are they like gagged or anything? Can they talk?
They can talk, but they just look completely cowed and just have been watching this whole scene with wide, frightened eyes. They have not said a word.
All right, Kalinar is going to turn to the man and say,
It is a child in the north.
"Okay, oh, okay."
From what you can tell just by glancing at him, it's a young boy to the north, and to the south, it's like a teenage girl, and then an older, like middle-aged woman.
Okay. That turn to the woman and say, "Woodworker's wife, I presume."
Her eyes suddenly have a little bit of life behind them as she slowly, she was kind of holding the 2 women are kind of holding each other, and she like stands up slowly and grasps the bars. She says, Who are you? Do you know about my husband?"
"We know not of your husband yet. When was the last time you saw him?"
She kind of looks down for a second and looks back up slowly and says, When the Red Brands came into our store, they killed him. Fell. He was trying to defy them, and he wanted to stand up. He was brave, but he was one man, and they were so many. It didn't take long for the Red Brands. Once they killed him, to take the rest of us captive and dragged us to the east side of town, threw us in these cells. I think they meant to sell us into slavery.
Mm.
Side
Okay.
note, can anyone hear me?
Hey, you're back.
Yes.
Yeah. Her voice has returned.
Like the end of The
damn
Little
computer.
Mermaid.
That's right. Is there anything? Are there anything like keys in the pockets of these red brands?
Yeah, I was gonna search them.
No, they do not apparently have keys. These red brands.
Are these cell doors?
They are locked.
Hmm. Does it look like I could smash the locks with my maul?
You can try to break down any door with a successful strength check, and the DM will gently remind you that they can also be... any lock can be picked with a successful skill check.
Hold on.
Oh.
there.
Which
Drag it forward.
skill?
But far be it from me,
Draw my-
if you want to start smashing locks, like, I'm not going to stop you.
Which skill do you need to pick a lock?
It's a dexterity check, but I think
Can you not check the guards?
the rogue has an actual skill. Sorry, what?
Can you see if the guards have keys on them?
I think somebody asked
Yeah, they
that
do.
a second ago. Yeah,
Oh, my bad.
they do not. Let's see if they actually have anything on them though. I don't believe these do.
Shackles around their necks. Are they actually chained to a wall or anything? Or are they just kind of free roaming inside the cell?
They seem to be generally free inside the cell.
Okay. Cathra, can you open these doors?
Yes.
Are you asking me to open it?
I'm asking if you can.
I could try.
Hooray!
Yay for trying.
I still don't know the incentive. for opening this door.
Okay, while you guys are searching the bodies, I will let you roll. Whoever's searching the body for loot can roll a D100.
I'll search this guy.
I'll search the top guy.
And that will determine where we go from there.
Where do we go from 96? That's a high roll.
That seems pretty good. That seems pretty good.
Alright, so the 96. Roll a 1d6, whoever rolled the 96.
This is gonna hurt, isn't it?
It's gonna explode.
Mousetrap. Alright, Kethra, you find 3 platinum pieces on that red brand.
Okay.
And the 89 roll also a d6. 1d6. You'll just switch yours back to... Yeah, you go, Mary. You find 3... Or, sorry, roll a 3d6. Sorry.
Okay.
Using the Dungeon Master's Guide on individual treasure loot tables, you find 10 gold pieces.
Woo!
What's a equivalent to?
Platinum is better than gold.
Is it 10 gold?
Oh, shoot,
I
what
have
is
it written
that?
down, but
Yeah, I forget what it is.
hold on.
It's like finding $100 bills.
Yeah.
Let's see.
It's 10 gold.
Yes, 1 platinum piece is worth 10 gold. So
So that's 30 gold,
you found 3 $10 bills, or whatever the equivalent is you want to be.
30 gold, which is 300 silver.
Yeah. That would be 300 silver, yes.
I'm gonna take the 10 gold pieces that I found and then slide my hand through the bar and give them to the woman and
What?
tell her that since they've taken so much from you, this is the least that we can give back to you while we try to get you out.
She nods gratefully. Her eyes are very wide. Clearly, this is a small fortune to her. And as you attempt to do the lot, which did you already have inspiration? Okay, you can go and gain one inspiration point. She will say, "Oh, thank you so much. Oh, listen, if you can get me and my children out of here, I have a family heirloom that it's all I have to give. It's quite valuable, but I've never been able to retrieve it. I actually grew up in the town of Thunder Tree, but after the volcano hit and the place was overrun with undead, we had to flee. My family owned an herb and alchemy shop, and there was a case containing an emerald necklace, and then we kept it hidden beneath a section of storage shelves. I've never been able to retrieve it, but I think about it every once in a while, and I know it would be worth a great amount. I'm sure it would make a wonderful reward for you all if you can make it out that far."
Meanwhile, I take the 3 platinum pieces and split it into 4, so that's 75 silver per person.
75 silver?
Well, hang on. You can't just magically convert one money to another money. You found 3 platinum pieces. I'm only letting this go so far here.
We can always do like a system of, because I mean I'm holding a good number of silver pieces.
A bartering system.
A bartering system amongst each other.
There's no change here. Fine. I will wait until town to split it up.
The money was never seen again.
So I actually added that little bit as a quest
Nice.
for you guys.
Alright, well, you have my interest, so it seems worth trying to open this door for you. So I'm going to use my thieves' tools and my lockpick to try to open this thing.
Okay. You lockpick the hell out of that door. It opens with a satisfying clink after maybe 20 seconds of finagling.
20.
And it swings open, and the two of you, they look extremely grateful. And they kind of point to their iron collars. She's like, if you could, and they appear to have the same kind of locking mechanism around their necks. And then she also gestures, and my son, what's this son's name?
Bob.
I'm going to open up 4 more
Call
locks.
him Bob.
Nars.
4 more
Close enough.
hours.
Yeah, please, if you could. I'd like to get out of here. Well, we can try to flee
they-
back to town.
With the collars, are they attached to the wall?
They're not attached to the wall, no, but I mean they're still like extremely cumbersome, and it's like hard, like literally weighing them down.
So while he's freeing
So while he's freeing them, I guess I just do a dexterity check to try to open the other door.
It will require some kind of thieves toolkit, though.
Oh, never
You do
mind.
need the actual tools to try to pick the lock.
Alright, I will try to free...
4 more rolls. Just do 4 times.
Okay, the younger one first.
Okay.
Older woman. Oh,
Okay.
she's scared.
Nope. 11 will do it.
Oh, the door.
There you go. Oh, the door, and then the kid. Yeah.
Little boy.
There you go. All
Okay.
right. Everyone is freed. So they kind of stand before you now. I'm not going to move them around, but say, I don't. What is? Can we go back the way you came? What's the safest way to get out of here? We try to just get back to town and either run to the inn or the townmaster's hall.
Take what clothes you need from this pile. head out to the south, or I point back the way we came. Follow the rope on the south.
Rope bridge.
Yes.
Don't fall down the 20-foot pit.
Right. Follow. Use the rope, and once you're out, go immediately to what's the guy's name again?
The innkeeper?
Yeah.
Which one? Toblin.
Toblin, yeah. Go immediately to Toblin. Go to no one else before him. And tell him all you've seen here.
Kether asks, can the boy fight?
The boy looks up with you with like a fiery look in his eyes, but the woman immediately grabs him and holds him close and says, I'm afraid we're in no shape to aid you, but I can't thank you enough for rescuing us and putting an end to these devils.
I have some travel clothing they can have.
Oh, nice. She
I don't want
accepts... She accepts those graciously.
Is anybody looking for y'all?
I think it was just the Red Brands that wanted to capture us so that we couldn't maybe testify to what they did to my husband.
Here, I have a disguise kit. Let me at least put some makeup on you.
She just looks confused and awkward.
he just starts pulling out pouches and putting makeup on them all.
Kether starts applying makeup.
They end up looking like clowns. Alright, so they gather together as a group, all padded up. You did a fairly terrible job at disguising them. And they quietly leave to the south. And if you see them off, you notice they go very, very slowly and carefully across the rope bridge, but they are able to make it and exit. And you guys gain 100 XP for rescuing the Dendrars, divided by 4, so 25 XP apiece. As well as that little quest hook.
Let's go through the other door now.
I'm not going first this time.
I don't know for
Chris, your audio is
I
not
mean-
held, by the way.
Yeah.
that's it. Rejoin the thing.
I can always open a door with my mage hand. You
Can we
want to
take
have
a
a
short,
safe distance.
Can we take a short rest, or do we need to keep moving? I guess I'll be fine.
You'll
As long
leave.
as I don't- I'll be fine. Yeah.
I think I have a salt tablet in here somewhere.
Take a salt tablet.
As long as I'm not opening any more doors, I'll be fine.
Yeah.
Opening the door was fine, just being the first one to walk through it ended up being almost a death blow.
Alright, I'm going to stand right here and open the door.
With the mage hand.
With the mage hand.
Just you wait till I get to level 3.
I'm
think?
waiting.
I assume Kalinar is like up here somewhere.
Probably.
Alright, so you open the door. And you see a very small hallway in front of you. It looks quite nondescript. And there is a door to the end of the hallway to the east side.
Proceed that hallway.
I will proceed that hallway. Or traps. Oh shit.
It's a hallway.
You're pretty sure it's a hallway?
I'm still not going first, though.
Alright.
Keep in mind, only one person can do one check, but you could have like a different person try a perception check, for example. So you can have multiple people make a check, but they only get to make that check one time, if that makes sense.
Okay. I'll try it.
I don't see anything.
I'll do nothing, guys. It's fine.
Alright, I'm back.
Alright,
Looks like a hallway to me.
Phone deception.
yeah. Now, Tals, are you doing it from... You're trying to look down the hallway from that distance?
No, I mean, I'd stand up here, but I'm sure I'll just have to back up anyway.
Alright.
Afterwards.
If you're... Yeah, so if you're like right at the entrance of the hallway, Let's see, with a 10. You know there's a definitely a door on the east side at the end of the hallway. You notice something odd about the stonework on the opposite side of the door in the hallway, on the western end.
Something odd about the stonework.
It looks...
So there's something odd about the stone.
Yeah, it looks suspicious.
Interesting. We should try to see if we can ascertain what that odd stonework is.
Yeah. Is it like dart hole suspicious?
Why don't you just use your mage hand and push it,
Use my mage hand, what?
and push the door open?
I can certainly do that if that seems
Yeah.
everyone else.
Yeah, that seems like a good idea. Whatever that thing is, it might go off once you push the door open.
Or do Kalinar's thing and throw one of those bodies.
We could do that too. Let's open the door first.
Alright, I'll open the door.
Alright, as the mage hand goes over to open the door, it just goes click, 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 click. The door appears to be locked.
I cannot
Oh,
open
boy.
my hand.
Your hand will not do it. There's no...
I don't trust these floors. Throw a body.
Oh, okay. Kelleher will go grab one of the bodies.
I mean, can someone else try to use their perception on the wall to see?
I shall use mine.
If you want to further investigate the wall, it would require you to get closer at this point.
Before you do that,
In terms of me
How's the
giving you
body?
more information than what I gave Reese a second ago.
I'm getting closer to the door.
Okay.
Nothing exploded.
Nothing happens.
Nothing exploded.
Nothing happens.
Am I close enough to perceive the door yet?
You are close enough to perceive both the door and the suspicious wall on the western side.
Is it on the western across the door, or
Yes, across the
middle
door.
segment?
15. Okay, Miri, you're pretty sure that this is a false wall, and that this is a secret passage on the western side.
Okay, I'm just gonna go back this way. Hey guys, it's a false wall. And
Oh.
a boarded vehicle.
not a dart trap. Huzzah!
Interesting.
Nothing exploded.
So, locked door and what looks like a false wall secret door.
I say we go through the false wall.
Alright. That locked door is probably locked for a reason.
I suppose. Does it look like it could be picklocked?
Yeah, I can try once we get closer.
Generally, every lock can be picklocked. Lock-picked.
Whatever.
I'm not a rogue.
Kendra, go see if you can pick lock that door.
So it just looks like a false wall then. It's not like filled with dark.
One pit trap, and you've got them afraid for their lives.
Alright, I will attempt to pick this lock.
Attempt away.
Ooh.
You pick the hell out of that lock. A good 10 seconds of finagling with the toolkits, and you hear a spring.
And then I step back and say, the door's open.
Done my job.
Alright, I'll use my mage hand.
I love how this is the longest process ever.
Just being as careful as possible.
So cautious. So cautious. Okay, so Mage Hand is opening the door. Now, you can't see through the Mage Hand, correct?
No.
So it's opening the door, but you're not actually going to be able to see anything from your vantage point. So the Mage Hand opens the door, and as far as you know, nothing spills out of it.
Alright. Well, someone else go up there and see what's in there.
Alright.
Do.
He's
I
do something, Mary.
I was gonna say I could stealthily, or try to stealthily go up and peer around the corner.
Sure.
See what happens. Probably gonna fall flat on my face.
You want to roll a stealth check?
Yep, flat on my face.
Yeah, so you roll up there. And you see racks of weapons lining the walls of this little chamber, including spears, swords, crossbows, and bolts. A dozen dirty red cloaks hang from hooks by the door. Now, I don't know if I mentioned this, but every single one of these Red Brand ruffians have been sporting red cloaks.
Alright, I'm also. Hey guys, I found some extra cloaks and some weapons. Anyone want to go shopping?
Yeah, I think we should each take a cloak.
Kethra runs in there.
No danger, all loot. I'm at the front of the line.
Are there any light crossbows I could take?
Yep.
So when you, hey, I'm the DM. What is this?
You already said that there were. I just paid attention.
Ahem. The weapon
I really
rack.
need to be in separate rooms.
The weapon rack holds 12 spears, 6 short swords, 4 long swords, 6 light crossbows, and 8 quivers holding 20 crossbows each. It looks like they are stockpiling.
So, like I said, yep.
And how many bolts each?
8 quivers, and each quiver holds 20 crossbow bolts.
Ooh, can I do the thing where I dual wield crossbows?
You want to be Vala, the demon hunter?
Actually, that's
I
different skill.
honestly don't know if you're allowed dual wield crossbows in D&D. I'm gonna assume no. I don't think there are rules for that.
In reality, dual wielding crossbows is impossible. So.
Right. Yeah, I think that's more of a Blizzard cool thing.
Okay, well, I take one. Is it a light crossbow?
Is a light crossbow, yes.
Alright, I'll take one.
I
Also,
take one.
And I
And
presume, Raymond, you've been
three
keeping
quivers.
track of, like, downing your arrows every time you use it? 'Cause God knows
Yeah.
I'm not keeping track of that.
I am.
Okay.
I haven't used them lately, so it's all been rapier.
Yeah.
But yeah, I keep track.
Excellent.
What else? Is spears, short sword, long sword.
Spears, short swords, long swords, and the light crossbows and quivers for the crossbows.
Are any of the short swords of excellent quality to give me better damage?
They all appear to be fairly mundane and appear, stat-wise, no better than what you're wielding.
Oh, damn.
This is not a treasure trove of magical items.
Spears are just melee weapons, right?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay, I'll take a spear.
Might have a longer
Do they give
reach.
you
I don't know.
The longer yeah, I was gonna say.
I'd have to look at. Let's see.
It just says properties are thrown. You can throw a spear,
Mm.
and they're also versatile. I don't know what. And then it says 1d8 and put
Means you can use it as one-handed or two-handed.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
So if you could use a spear as a two-handed weapon, it'd be a 1d8 instead of a 1d6, or you could throw the spear. So it actually just has a lot of different ways you can
But
use it, I guess.
It doesn't have the reach, I don't think, because like I'm looking at lance and that says reach.
That's true. So it does not. Yeah. So these are more like the kind of spears you'd be able to throw, but you could technically use it as a melee weapon.
So how many did you say there were?
There were 12 spears, and I believe throwing weapons actually use strength as there to hit, by the way.
All right. Well, I'm satisfied. Should we take the red cloaks to try to disguise ourselves, or?
Yes.
Yes.
I'll do it. I don't think it'll help me, but why not?
They're a quadruple extra large for our dragon friends.
They're a dragonborn red brand that we know of.
Just pull the hood really low. We won't ask any questions.
He's also probably 7 or 8 feet tall.
Quadruple extra large.
Does everyone have what they need out of from the weapons?
Yep.
Uh,
Threw 'em on fire.
how heavy would all these things be together? Could I like tie them in a bundle using one of these red brand capes?
All the weapons? Or what?
Yeah, all weapons.
Possibly, I guess. You could probably do that. Make a makeshift, like, kit to carry them all, but if you're gonna lug that around, that's gonna cause some issues for stealth checks and...
What I do is I want to tie them all up and just walk to the edge of the pit and toss them to the other side of the pit.
Alright.
Other side of the pit, so we can get them later.
Oh, the other side of the pit. Okay.
Yes.
Roll. Let's see, what would be a good roll so you have to accidentally not throw them down the pit?
It is an athletic act.
Yeah, okay, we could do athletics. You'll need to roll a 10 or higher to get it across the pit. 26. That'll do it.
I wanted to cross the pit.
Alright, so you were able to toss the weapons across the pit. I'm not sure how I can denote that there's weapons sitting there. Let's see if there's a weapons bundle pile.
Okay.
Type of weapon pile. Okay, that's got guns in there, but that could work. It's like a pile of like M16s.
The pit's moving. It's
Well, I
chasing
don't.
us.
I just thought I put it down there. I don't see it anywhere. Oh, that's working. All right. Anyway, carry on while I figure that out.
So the false wall. Is there a button that we can see? Can someone do an investigation on the wall to see if there's some sort of activation device?
With the initial perception check, you could tell that there was a little false stone that just needs to be depressed, and that would actually kind of move the whole thing to where you could take it and just kind of shove it back.
Okay.
So there's just a certain way you kind of like hang on to it to shove it out of the way.
Let's do that.
Okay, who's doing that?
Can I take 2 quivers worth?
Okay. I can't put anything there. There it is. Alright, that'll be your weapon pile.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so who's opening the thing?
I'll open it.
Okay. So you put your hands where you can see a clear kind of indent in the rocks, and you're able to just, as you do so, the whole wall suddenly feels like it's movable, and actually feels surprisingly lightweight as you can kind of shove it. The whole thing, like a door, kind of pushes on a hinge, and reveals... from that vantage point... More barrels!
More barrels. Would someone like to stealth ahead?
I'll try.
I'll try.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty solid.
Yeah. Where are you going?
It's alright.
Alright, this area appears to be the north end of a large natural cavern that extends into the southern side, which I'll try to reveal some of that. But has been finished with dressed stone block walls and a flagstone floor. Several barrels are stored against the wall here, along with a number of empty crates, straw for packing, hammers, pry bars, and nails. Just a lot of construction equipment. The cavern continues for some distance to the south, and you can just make out several passages that open up off the larger cavern in what looks like a deep pit or crevice in the floor.
Hmm.
Hmm. Okay.
We're no longer in anyone's basement.
We're now in their sub-basement.
That's right.
Basement level B, please.
Alright, I'm gonna go in here and inspect the barrels.
Inspect the hell out of those barrels.
He's a barrel connoisseur.
Yeah.
Fine thing for barrels.
Can we scout further?
Yes.
Please?
Are you inspecting the barrels? What's going on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you actually gonna roll?
You know what? Fine. I will. I will inspect the barrels.
You're going to.
Well, I assume you're looking through the crates for any valuable loot. All right. You see that most of the provisions and goods here aren't valuable. Mike, what med?
Mhm.
Right at the end.
Yeah.
Well, they were doing that. Screaming.
Now we're in caves. I feel at home here.
That was a pretty good run. Almost went the entire session.
Yeah.
So Talus, you do find among them 30 beaver pelts that you feel like could be worth some coin. It looked like they were probably looted from another caravan on the Tribord Trail.
Well, I'm glad that joke had to go to completion.
Had a happy ending after all.
Can't abandon the bit.
Yeah. We can split up these beaver pelts later, right, guys?
30 beaver
I'll share my
pelts.
spoils.
Are they bushy? What kind of quality?
Tell me about these people. I'm being this
I
black.
want to know how these beavers lived.
They seem to be well tanned and unshaven pelts.
Oh,
Ooh, well tanned and unshaven.
I like them.
Can I try to see how much I think they're worth?
Yes, that would probably require a survival check.
Worthless.
You're not sure. Yeah, you think they. You have no idea. You might be able to get 100 platinums for these beaver pelts. These could be the best beaver pelts that have ever lived. Why is that not? There we go.
Just beaver pelts and retire.
Well, I would say with us rolling low that we would think they're not very good.
I think you could go either way with rolling low. You could either horribly inflate the price. I mean, essentially, you just don't know the worth, basically.
Oh,
So
okay, I get
it's
it.
either you think they're worthless, they're worth a lot. Like you're all over the place. Okay, so as you guys step into the cavern, a cold breeze fills this large natural cavern, carrying with it the faint scent of decaying flesh. A crevice divides the cavern and is flanked by 2 rough stone columns that support the 20-foot-high ceiling. 2 arched wooden bridges span the chasm. Let me give you a little bit more. So let's see if you can actually see that bridge. So you guys can pretty much see, I think, most of this cavern then. And as you step into the cavern, you suddenly, all 4 of you, feel a very unnatural, scary sensation in your mind, and you actually hear a voice, not through your ears, but in your mind. And it says, "Hey, enters my lair. Manling, fleshling, elfling, dragon thing. As it tastes with the flesh, it tastes good. Enter in my lair. They wear the red, they bear the red. Must they bring more food to feed the nothing, the Northic, the nothing?" Very, very creepy. You hear this in your mind.
Nope.
Just walks out.
I'm out.
Not today.
Did everyone else just hear that?
I heard evil.
That can't be good.
I'm gonna. Well, first I'm gonna not yell, but I'm gonna say, I don't know. We bring the light of Tyr, foul beast. We will bring nothing but cleansing fire to your tainted soul.
Why do we wear these robes at all?
Kalinar.
This idea in the first place.
Yeah, he was never down with this. I need you to roll your deception skill. As you feel a very strange feeling and go through your brain like a parasitic wave.
Oh, Jesus.
All of us or just Kalnar?
Just Kalinar. Suddenly the mind thing gets focused.
Well, a deception should be okay.
Yeah, so only you hear this in your mind. Obviously, I can't whisper it to you. So, and it appears to like slither in and kind of slithers back out. It says, "Dragon thing, your god's light will find no home here. I know not what you seek or why you stumble here. You wear the red, but you defy the natural order of death. Enter into my bottomless doom, and I will flesh rend nor kill slither over your body."
You've been practicing that all week, haven't you?
I've been waiting for it.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
Fine then, creature, and he draws his great sword. Let's see whose power is greater.
What? Why are you saying this?
What happened, Kalinar?
What just happened, man?
The beast of this cave has challenged my god. I have only one response.
Of course.
Talus, roll your deception.
Oh boy.
You feel the mind thing go in, and you feel like a clenching motion in your mind as it says, "Our red wizard, former red wizard, come from the east, running, seeing, not understanding. We are like one. We've seen the evil, wrong, cosmic other things. You understand, I understand. You retain mind, body, flesh, flesh, flesh. Bring me flesh. We are all must feed, and you yet will live. That was to you, while Kalinar drew his sword and just gave that proclamation.
Wait. Kalinar's? What just happened?
So basically, I was trying to do. Kalinar used his, or not used an action, but he drew his sword and gave his proclamation about Tyr and all that. And then, right when that was happening, it was speaking to you directly, and it just said that spiel.
Okay. Well, Talos is going to be visibly shaken by that and just yell back, I am nothing like you! You will be destroyed.
Yeah, I'm still standing there with eyes wide, face ashen. Freaked out by the fact that something could speak in my head.
Yeah, Kalinar sees Talus yell at something he didn't hear. He'll say, "Careful, friends. Whatever foul being this is, it can invade our minds."
Kethra, are half-elves immune to charm?
I have advantage on the saving throw of charm,
Okay.
but I'm not immune.
Okay, roll your deception. I'll give you advantage on this check.
Oh, why do I have to last?
So you have 14. Yeah. It slithers in, and you feel it slither back out quickly, and it says, "Foul elfling, to breed, no breed. No mind is protected, elven gods, cursed, always cursed." It just seems to slither back out of your mind swiftly. Myrna, and that was just you. Roll your deception skill.
What did you call me?
Mira? Sorry. Myrna was the woman you rescued.
You still haven't gotten my name right, so I'm not rolling anything.
Miri!
There we go.
Sorry. Alright.
None of us rolled very well.
Slithers in and clench. Well, I'm having to roll too, so it depends on what I roll. You feel it slither into your mind and start clenching, like, bad memory places. Child of noble birth, running, seeking, finding, training, losing yourself, finding nothing, everything. Will you feel the whole left behind? Bring me the flesh, gnawing, rending, tearing. Must feed. So you have all heard it speak to your minds. Some have been successfully keeping at bay more than others.
Can I look and just see what it looks like right now?
Yeah, everybody describe how you're responding to these actions, I think. So I guess Kalinar and Talos have responded.
Yeah, whatever color is left in my face completely drains away. I don't think my eyes could probably bug out of my head any further. Just gonna move a little closer behind the Dragonborn.
Kethra just shakes her head, like, out of it. Because what you're saying is, like, I partially blocked it, right?
Yes, yeah, you feel that it came in and you were able to kind of keep it out of your thoughts, basically.
Right. So she, like, shakes her head and trying to think of what that was, because it wasn't, like, a complete thought. It was like...
Alright. Count, I will tell everyone. From here on out, whatever you see and hear, whatever your mind tells you to be true, don't trust it unless you know it. There's evil in this place. We will root it out. And now I don't know where to go. Just walk to the left.
Okay, you walk across the bridge, and the nauseating wave of death and just rotting and decaying flesh just really hits you very hard and uncomfortably as you cross this crevice. That is appears to be pretty deep. It's actually, you can't quite see the bottom of it from where you are on the bridge, but it definitely appears to be emanating from up there. And Talus, you actually get a little bit of a nagging sensation. That's something something unnatural about the crevice's death.
Crevice's death? Oh, depth.
Depth.
Well, the death sensation you get from it, like the decaying sensation, and the stench, obviously.
Okay. Can I cast Detect Magic?
Yes.
Okay. Talus sort of shakes himself out of his brooding for a second, his surprise at what just happened, long enough to realize that something is a little weird about this crevice, and will try to detect if it has anything magical in it.
Okay, yeah, the crevice feels unnaturally cold also when you get near it. Talus, with your detect magic, it immediately signals a faint necromantic aura around the entire crevice. And you can tell by the way the spells are interwoven into the bottom of the pit that any organic matter in the crevice would actually decompose at half the normal rate.
Half?
It appears to be a spell inlaid over the crevice that any organic matter in the crevice would basically rot at half the normal rate.
Can we see down into the crevice?
It's good, right?
Not without either climbing down or using some kind of light source or perception check in general.
Okay. So Talus says, this magic feels as if magic is necrotic in nature, and flesh will decompose at half the normal rate. I'm afraid of what might be down there.
Undeath. Only evil.
Right.
You all hear the voice boom through your heads. Seize the lair, it knows. Death and food. Bring food. Need more flesh. Gnawing, rending, tearing. And just horrifying thoughts of just feeding, and especially eating decaying and decomposing flesh. Carrion eating is just whipping through your mind and making you all very uncomfortable in this area.
Okay.
Does anyone want to see what's in the bottom of that pit?
Kinda yes, kinda no.
Yeah.
I have that feeling that whatever we see at the bottom of this pit is going to immediately come after us.
Alright. I'll, I guess attempt to... We can still perceive down the pit?
Yeah, the half-elf would have an easier time with the dark vision.
Okay.
It wouldn't require as much of a check.
Yeah, we'll attempt it also. Oops, that's not me.
12, okay. You can look down there, and your eyes take a few seconds to adjust to the darkness as you just stare down there. And at first it looks like it's a very odd uneven floor with like weird things jutting out from the bottom, and then you realize that it's covered in bodies. It's like almost a mass grave down there. And it's hard for you to actually identify or look at any of the bodies from up there, but you can definitely see that it is just corpses down there. You don't see anything moving down there.
Okay. I see a bunch of corpses down there. It's making me uneasy. I say we throw fire down there. Yeah. Burn these corpses and let them rest their souls in peace.
Can Kalinar do his cone fire thingy?
I could.
Well, you can only do 15 feet, right?
Well, yeah, it's only. How deep is this pit?
How deep
Let's see, what'd you roll? 10, 12 perception.
I can firebolt it.
You surmise that it's actually it's probably about as deep as the pit trap. So about
Okay, so like
20 feet deep.
Let's
So
house
it would
in the
also not be fun to fall down there. Although you also notice that it's actually a natural fissure. This is not like a dug out pit. So you could technically climb up and down the sides, like without much trouble.
Gross. Or follow the body pit and climb my way out. I don't know that actually setting them on fire yet is a good idea, though, because if they go on fire and the pit's only 20 feet deep, it may be difficult to cross these bridges at that point. I don't know.
Why?
Because there's fire underneath it? And I don't know.
So 1 vote for fire, 1 not.
How deep is my cone is 15 feet, so it wouldn't even reach down there anyway. Yeah, throw a mote of fire down there, Tavis. Let's see what happens. Out of curiosity.
I'm glad you see my way.
Oh, that's a pretty good roll.
None of the corpses have an armor class, so you can just hurl your fire down there.
Yeah, I know. That's a pretty good roll for a waste.
Yeah, it is. Alright, so you throw the fire down there, it starts catching fire in kind of, I guess, one of the corpses up here. And as soon as it lights on fire, you hear a screaming sound in your mind from that creature. And just various screams of rage and fire and burning. What are all of your passive perception scores again?
12.
12 or 13.
13.
Okay, all of you then actually see, because I rolled a really bad stealth check, the creature emerge from around the corner to the south and just appears screaming in a rage at you, and you hear it in your mind. It still doesn't make any sound to you directly. This is a fairly horrific, looks like a clawed creature with spikes out of its back. It's hunched over with a single giant eye in its head. And I'm going to need everyone to roll for initiative.
Oh boy.
Okay. Mind monster attack.
Wow, that was a really good initiative roll, Talon.
Oh,
Thank you.
Not so much
My-
Kalinar.
No.
So, Talus, you get to react first after lighting the body on fire.
Can I attempt to see what kind of creature this is?
Yes, roll Arcana. Eight. Yeah, Not quite sure. You think from reading a book it might be something called a Nothic, since obviously you can see the name. But you don't seem to remember any abilities or talents or traits of this creature, other than obviously the things you have witnessed, which that it has some kind of telepathy abilities and appears a bit creepily insane and likes to eat flesh.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Is that kind of my action?
No, you can take an action.
I will hurl a magic missile at him.
Oh boy. This is the one without an attack, right? It's just straight damage.
Straight damage.
Straight damage. Alright, so conjure 3 darts into the air. Nice bluish, silvery tipped, deadly things of force. Slam into the creature for 9 damage.
Yeah.
All 3 darts. Alright, it hisses and recoils, and you feel pain go through your mind. All 4 of you, as this creature... It doesn't affect you physically, but it definitely unnerves you as it continues to link, I guess, with all of you telepathically. Kethra is currently 25 feet away from you.
I'm gonna test up my crossbow and take aim. Regular attack.
Okay. 9 is going to go sailing over the creature's head. Wow, that's
Hold
a
on.
hell of a range on the crossbow. Jeez.
Yes.
I'm going to then go behind this pillar. Can I hide?
Mhm.
Can I use my hide? Bonus action.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I'd let you be able to pop out of that same pillar because it clearly saw you go into the pillar.
No. Okay, I'll go back here.
Okay. I like that
I think
better.
it's a stealth check, right?
All right. Hidden way back in the corner. All right, since the Nothic and Miri rolled the same, I'm actually going to have the 2 of us roll d20s to see who goes first.
Yes.
Showdown.
Always
Yeah.
exciting. Whoops.
And that would be the Nothic.
Yeah, about that roll.
Alright, so let me see. This is a fun little creature. 5, 10, 15. It will roll up there and it will say in its mind, "Food, food, you burn the food. You will die." And it will stare at Kalinar using its rotting gaze.
Rotting gaze. What does that 12 mean?
That was my other thing. Don't worry about that.
Tiebreaker.
Is this going to be an attack, Eric?
This is a ability he uses, but you could change one of the numbers. Well, I don't know. What does your divination thing do?
I think it's an ability or action.
You can't change damage dice. Basically, what this does is I force the target to roll a saving throw, and if they fail it, then they take this damage. So the Nothic stares at you with his withering gaze, and you have to make a Constitution roll of 12 or better to avoid this damage.
I can replace any attack roll, saving throw, or ability check.
So you would be able to have replaced Kalinar's saving throw, but I don't think you can do that with a 1.
Shall not do that.
Yeah. So if you rolled a good one, that would be a good one to save. You have to roll a Constitution saving throw, which is the heart icon next to your con. And
Okay.
you need a 12 or better.
A 12 or better.
13.
That'll do it.
13 will do it. So you withstand his withering gaze, even if you start to feel everything rot a little bit, but you were able to withstand horrifying presence. Miri.
Alright.
So,
Still having some issues with the fact I heard somebody in my head.
so,
So, just because I don't want to get in anybody's way, let's go up here and throw a dart.
Threw a dart right into his eye.
Darn.
Right into his eye.
17. We'll be able to throw that dart.
Right
To his eye, yeah. So he screams from the annoyance of it, but the unnatural eye just flicks back open and just has like a nasty little puncture in it. But he picks up the dart and just rips it away, and the eye oozes a little bit, but now he just looks angry.
Can I just yell at him? Have you ever heard barbecue?
Kalinar.
Kalinar. So is the thing on the bridge yet?
It's right on the edge of where the bridge meets the western side.
Right. Okay, Kalinar is going to bathe that bridge in flames.
All right, cone attack. You're gonna light the bridge on fire and the creature.
Yeah, everything in front of me.
All right.
Really glad I didn't push past you to go up and attack that guy.
Yeah, that's true.
For
Oh, damn.
damage. You really should have bet on the damage, though. Yeah. So he needs to roll a dex save of 11 or better.
And if he does it, he takes half damage. Yeah, he does. He takes 3 damage.
All right. So he appears to recoil from the flames, but it doesn't actually seem to do too much damage to him. It singes the bridge quite a bit and blackens a few boards, but the bridge appears to be sturdy enough to withstand most of it since you rolled so shitty on the force of the fire breath.
Alright.
Talus, back to you.
Let's see. The bridge is attacked still. Alright, I'll just shoot a crossbow bolt at him.
Okay.
There you go.
Notice it's not a firebolt, which is why
Good lord. You don't know to sling fire. Well, I got you can shoot the shit out of that crossbow. That will definitely...
Damage until he goes down.
Quarrel will find its way in the creature's side, and it's only just now appearing to be somewhat bloodied from all these various wounds, and a bit slowed down. Kethra.
Since I'm hidden, do I get the advantage of a sneak attack? Can't remember.
You would be able to use a sneak attack here, yes.
Okay. And I also get the advantage on the roll.
I don't think so.
Just
From a sneak attack?
No, from being hidden.
Well, that's what gives you the sneak attack, though, right? I mean, technically, because you're not shooting him from behind, like you're coming up and doing like a surprise attack, but it's not like, you know, you're not shooting him in the back or something, so he can still perceive you when you pop around, and he's not currently engaged with anybody else either. So I'll give you the sneak attack, but not the advantage.
All right.
Unless you want to use the, if you have inspiration.
I don't have inspiration.
All right. So that crossbow bolt will slink into the wall right behind him. Tunk. I will let us. I will let. Oh, yeah. You want to keep going?
No, I'm just saying I have to change my description of my attack.
The sweet sound that a crossbow makes. Oh, straight into the target. Yeah.
Jump back.
Way to be presumptuous.
target.
Yeah. Mary, roll a d20 again. We'll just keep doing this every. Uh-oh. Oh dear. What are the odds? Roll again. All right. That was weird.
Okay. So I'll just throw another dart because Kalar set the bridge on fire.
I mean, it's barely got a few smoldering flames on it. He did not. It was not a very impressive flame god. I'm sure it happens to every Dragonborn at some point. A little performance anxiety. 21 will hit with the dart again then. Plinking away. It has another dart stuck in that he angrily snarls and grabs and throws it, but it's creating some wounds. At this point, the Nothic will actually cross the bridge, and it actually gets 2 attacks. 2 claw attacks. And he will attack the Dragonborn, since it was the most gregarious threat. 5 is not going to get done. And the second claws of 6 is also not going to do it. As the Nothic rakes at your armor, but it manages to rebuff the creature's nasty-looking strikes. Miri. Sorry, you went first. Kalinar.
I'll take another turn.
Will simply attempt to swing his greatsword down on the creature.
And the whole time you guys are hearing that same, like, really unnerving voice just sending various death threats and kind of insane ramblings in your minds. "15 will hit. Slash across with the greatsword and do a pretty good chunk of damage. It is teetering now. It is very slowed down and appears to be quite bloodied and injured. Not looking good. Talus.
I'll take aim with my trusty crossbow.
now the trusty crossbow. A 13 will finally miss. It goes whizzing past the creature. It's done so well. Kethra.
I too will use my trusty crossbow.
All of you have ranged attacks. It's crazy.
It's gonna be a sneak attack since it's right next to Kalinar.
Yes.
Also,
Oh boy, that crossbow will sink into the creature's flesh for 11 damage. Yeah, it actually goes to basically the side of its head. Looks like it's about to fall over, but manages to just right itself. But it is just like doing this, and the sound you guys get in your mind is just pure like rage, terror, shrieking going on in your minds. Basically the whole time it's doing this. We need to roll for d20s again, Miri.
Oh dear.
This is,
You're getting the name right finally.
This is round 3. It's gone. Miri, you're going first again.
Sure hasn't done anything. He just won't die.
Yeah, I haven't rolled anything on my attack, so.
Look at the dart.
The dart. All right, you take aim with the dart, and this one goes in the center of its eye, and its eye appears to just explode from the force of it. And all of a sudden, the constant cacophony of horrifying speech and screams in your mind silences as the creature falls, just crumples to the ground. Its eye juices completely spilling out of it. Claws just outlaid. Just falls with its hands outstretched right in the middle of the bridge. And it is slain.
Nice. Kalinar will look down at the creature and with contempt in his voice will say, "Tyr was stronger," and he'll kick him into the flaming bodies.
Yeah, the bodies are starting to flame. They're still on fire a bit. It's not like a raging inferno down there.
Okay.
Alright, so, and right before we go, you guys get 450 XP divided by 4 from the Nothic. That was a thing.
112?
112 XP apiece.
772.
Wait, say that again?
772 XP. So my advice for next session would be to read up on level 3, because you guys are really close. I believe
I
900
know.
is level 3. And that is going to be bringing this session to a close, not quite finished with the Red Brand hideout. As you see a passage to the west, and the southwest, southeast, and south from this cavern.
Good options.
So many options, but that was a fun creature, a fun little moment. That was nifty. All right, so thank you to Chris, Heather, Raymond, and Reese. I am Eric. We're doing this every week, 9:30 p.m. Central Time on Sundays, going to about midnight. And we'll see you guys next week. And Chris will be back in the office, so his audio and everything will be much improved. All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Too early. Thanks.